Modern political life is built on a strict rejection of inherited power. We have spent centuries dismantling monarchies, feudal estates, and the idea that anyone is born with a divine right to rule. Yet, across the modern democratic landscape, millions of people still gather to celebrate a 17th-century monarch, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. This passage from Govind Pansari's work highlights this exact contradiction, questioning why a modern democracy would hold such deep appreciation for a king. History has forgotten hundreds of other rulers, emperors, and chieftains. What makes this specific leader remain so present in the modern imagination? To find the answer, we have to look past the crown and examine the brutal economic system he dismantled. In the 1600s, the Indian subcontinent was dominated by massive empires. To the average farmer, the emperor was a distant concept behind fortress walls. The reality of daily life was governed by a localized feudal network known as the Watandari system. This system functioned like a rigid pyramid. At the very top sat the imperial throne. The massive bottom layer was the peasantry, and between them sat a thick, entrenched middle layer of local lords, the Watandars. These local landlords possessed nearly unchecked power. They squeezed the farmers for taxes, crops, and forced labor. The wealth generated by the peasants rarely reached the imperial throne. It was siphoned off by the Watandars while crushing the people below. Karl Marx observed this structural trap in Indian history, noting that while foreign empires changed hands at the top, these exploitative village systems remained untouched. For the common farmer, life was a cycle of subjugation. It mattered very little who sat on the throne, because their local oppressor never changed. Shivaji Maharaj entered this landscape with a different approach. He did not inherit a functioning imperial machine. He engineered an entirely new state from the ground up. Shivaji's most significant battles took place within his own borders, where he targeted the internal rot of the existing feudal lords. He systematically stripped the Watandars of their hereditary revenue collection powers, effectively dismantling the middle of the feudal pyramid. Instead of handing out land grants, he appointed state officials who were paid a strict, fixed salary to collect taxes. This created a direct link between the farmer and the government. Under this new design, agricultural revenue bypassed the local lords entirely and flowed directly into the central treasury. By breaking the monopoly of the local lords, the state freed the peasantry from centuries of localized tyranny. Having dismantled the machinery of exploitation, the administration established a new baseline centered on the protection of the cultivator. Looking at these historical records, we can see the exact mechanics of this support. The state actively distributed seeds and cattle to ruined villages and instituted multi-year tax breaks to help farmers recover. Any state official or former landlord who dared to harass a farmer faced severe, uncompromising punishment from the central authority. Shivaji re-engineered the state to act as a shield for the vulnerable, ensuring that the safety of the farmer came before the extraction of wealth. These economic reforms changed the way the peasantry viewed their own place in the world. For the first time, the common people experienced a concept known as Apale Raja, our state. They felt genuine ownership over the government that ruled them. That sense of ownership solved one of the hardest challenges of statecraft. Ordinary, impoverished farmers voluntarily picked up weapons and transformed into a dedicated army. When these soldiers fought, they were defending their own land, their own dignity, and a government that finally recognized their humanity. The modern reverence for Shivaji has very little to do with the crown he wore. He is remembered for bringing people-first accountability to a feudal age, leading with a vision that predated modern democracy by centuries. Shivaji's legacy stands as a masterclass in leadership, proving that the most enduring power is built by relentlessly serving the people.